From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report, a concerted strategy by the local banking sector and government to increase the financing of structures built using alternative building technologies in South Africa is driving the increased application of these techniques. Natalie Greve visited a housing innovation hub in Soshanguve to find out more.
The Eric Malobi Housing Innovation Hub was developed through a private-public partnership between Parastatal, the National Home Builders Registration Council, or NHBRC, and the banking sector, and provides a space in which private companies can permanently showcase alternative building technologies. The hub also serves to determine the durability of these innovations in the South African climate, as NHBRC engineer Pyman Byron explains.
The mandate of this hub is, of course, in line with NHBRC's mandate, which is to ensure quality of housing delivery and also develop new technologies and training of the home builders and contractors. We monitor structural performance and also thermal performance of these units, and a research report should be published in a near future.
In addition to the 17 low-cost alternative technology houses built at the hub, it also hosts an on-site laboratory at which various alternative housing materials are tested and research into alternative technologies is conducted. The laboratory reviews rational designs of innovations that do not comply with deemed to satisfy rules as stipulated by South African building legislation.
The on-site laboratory in Eric Malobi was built with the vision that through this lab we would do research, develop new building materials, assess the industry to make decisions when it comes to the area of alternative building technology and new construction material.
Other news making headlines this week: the World Bank warns of more risks as it cuts its 2012 South African growth outlook to 2.5%. Government and private sector should join hands on responsible tourism, and a food index reveals the world's most food secure and insecure states. The World Bank has lowered its gross domestic product growth rate for South Africa from 3.1% in November to 2.5% and has warned that the performance of Africa's largest economy could be weaker still if the Eurozone crisis deepens further.
The macroeconomic outlook, I think the thing to watch out for here is that the growth numbers have been shaved off a little bit. We are projecting GDP growth of 2.5% for this year. In our previous economic update, we had projected 3.1%. And the main underlying reason, as I said, is of course the slowdown in the Eurozone, but also in the large emerging markets.
Minister Martinus van Schalkwyk says government and the private sector should work together on a framework to promote responsible tourism in South Africa.
We should work with industry to agree on a framework on responsible tourism in South Africa. And last year we invited the framework, and that framework has 4 elements. It has sustainability at the level of operations and management, it has an economic dimension, it has an environmental dimension, and also a social and cultural dimension. And then we agreed with industry that we will work on certification, and that is where we are now.
The US, Denmark, France and the Netherlands are the most food-secure countries in the world, according to research institute The Economist Intelligence Unit's Global Food Security Index.
To understand some of the issues facing the countries from Haiti to Madagascar to South Africa, the EIU was commissioned by DuPont to research and produce the innovative Global Food Security Index. Broadly, it covers 105 countries around the world and measures food security through 25 indicators across 3 categories, key categories that we identified: affordability, availability, quality and safety. The overall objective of the index is to provide a structured method for assessing levels of food security in a systematic way.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.